engine built for it with his own money. He stripped the car down, the frame and everything, took it out, powder coated a bunch of pieces, and stripped the frame and painted it, and put it back together himself. So it's a fun street car that he drives around. It runs 11s. I mean, it's really a nice car. He's done excellent work on it, and he loves to go to the track. His job right now doesn't allow him to get much time on it, but when he does have time, he likes to go to the track with us, and he'll race that, do some time runs, things like that, drive the car during the week. But he's definitely into it. My daughter, she would like to go to the track more. Unfortunately, with the kids, she's not able to do so. But I wouldn't say it's one of her favorite hobbies, but she'd love to be around it.
So how many grandkids you got?
Just 2, boy and a girl.
So you think you get any junior dragsters out of any of them?
Yeah, there's a good possibility of that. Yeah, I'm sure Papa at one point or time is going to end up finding a junior dragster and getting that ready. Probably more so for my granddaughter than my grandson. He loves cars and he loves to be around them, but she's a little ball of fire there. She loves everything, so I have a feeling she's going to be the one wanting to race the cars.
Nice. She could become the next Brittany Force, Courtney Force one. You never know.
Absolutely. Anything I could do to help her do that, I will.
Yeah. So now, if you could go time travel and go back in time, would you do anything differently with your drag racing career, Rob?
No, I think it's been good. It's kind of a balance that you have to do with family, and that's okay. If I miss out on some things with racing, I definitely am okay with that because I'll be spending them with family. But when it comes to being at the track or going to the track, I'm going to be gunning for the number 1 spot every time I'm there. So when it's right now, I wish I had a little bit more time to get some things done where my cars were done and out right now. Able to go out right now. So I'd like some time back, but other than that, I don't think I would change anything.
All right. So now, if you and your wife have time to go on a vacation, do you guys have a favorite vacation getaway spot?
Yeah, actually we do. We love. There's a place that I went to vacation when I was a little kid. It's in Colorado. It's a mountainous area, and it's at about a 9,000 foot elevation. And it's called Creed, Colorado. And we go out there every couple of years or so and spend a couple of weeks and just hike and fish. And it's not touristy, so you don't have to worry about spending a ton of money. I was worried about taking my kids there and them being bored because they didn't have anything to do or they were wanting to look at their phones. And it's quite the opposite. The phones got put down and they always had something to do. Even though you're out in the middle of nowhere and the town has a population of about 400 people, it was awesome out there. So yeah, I'd have to say that's definitely our most favorite place to be.
All right. Now, if someone were to come up to you and offer to give you $500 million to build a brand new drag race track, where would you even consider building a new track at, and what kind of features would you want to put into that track?
Yeah, that's a tough question because there's quite a few tracks around here already. I would have to say I would probably want to bring something closer to the central United States so everybody could be equally driving distance, so to speak. They can come from all over and have it to where they are able to be more on the starting line or next to it than they are now. Because I think a lot of people lose perspective when they're sitting in the stands. They don't get to see how fast these cars really are and how fast they take off. And it looked like it was a nice smooth run down the track, but actually if you're behind it, it's definitely a lot more violent than you would think. So, I mean, central U.S., somewhere in Tennessee, that it's definitely nice down there. It's nice longer during the year. And definitely make it to where the track is accessible for everybody and for kids to be able to be around and do a lot of different programs. So, of course, 8 mile and quarter mile both. So.
All right. So, what would you consider to be your favorite music?
That's kind of a tough one. I love the rock and roll and stuff like that, but really I'm a little more hard rock than I am in regular. A lot of Five Finger Death Punch, Korn, stuff like that. With my age, people kind of look at me like I'm crazy, but that's just all the type of music I like. So. Yeah,
and then you grew up listening to hard rock and stuff like that. So you like me, I grew up listening to hard rock, heavy metal. I still listen to that to this day.
Yeah. No, I'll turn on what used to be the loop. I would turn that on all the time, and I'd even turn on Q101 when it was out and listen to that type of music. But I would always turn on some of the heavy metal stuff and listen to a lot of that. So. Yeah.
So now, what would you say? Do you have a favorite band?
Right now, I think it's probably Five Finger Death Punch.
No.
I can relate to them a little bit. It seems like everybody thinks it's a little bit of screaming, but I don't know. It definitely they put some good lyrics together and a little bit more meaning to their music. So.
Now, how about as far as like classic rock? You have a favorite classic rock band?
Yeah, probably classic rock would probably have to be Styx. Believe it or not, I've listened to them all my life because one of my cousins is actually two of my cousins were actually band members of Styx, so I'm kind of biased in that position. But and then there's some other. It definitely, I like a wide variety of the classic rock, without a doubt. Not one certain group.
Yeah, I know Styx are about to be touring around pretty soon.
Yeah, I go to see them every couple of years or so, and try to go see, and it's definitely a little different than it used to be when they were a lot younger, but it's still good music. It's something from my younger days.
Yeah. Styx, REO Speedwagon, Journey, all them.
Yep.
Kansas, all those good old classics.
Yeah, Kansas, Supertramp, Bad Company. Those are all really good bands.
AC/DC.
Yep.
Now you like Guns N' Roses?
I do a little bit. Not as much. There's some songs I like, but he kind of wails a lot, so wailing kind of bothers me. So I tend to turn the radio station sometimes when it gets a little too much.
Now, how about that? You listen to any of the '80s hair bands like Motley Crue and all them?
Yeah, I did definitely listen to some Motley Crue. Definitely Black Sabbath and stuff like that. What was it, Twisted Sister? What are the other ones? White Snake. Yeah, all from the 80s. I listened to all that. Not so much as I did before. Not so much as much now. But if they're on and I come across it, I'll listen to it.
Yeah. All right. So when you were a kid, what was your favorite cartoon?
Speed Racer.
It's funny. I was doing an interview last night with funny car driver. His favorite cartoon was Speed Racer.
Yeah, Speed Racer was absolute. Speed Racer and Tom and Jerry. I don't know why, but yeah, those two. For some reason, and it didn't matter if I saw the episode 100 times, I'd watch it again.
So what was your favorite TV show when you're young?
I don't remember too much. How much I was. We were out all the time running around the neighborhoods till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. So I don't really remember too much of that. I remember Saturday morning cartoons were probably my biggest. You come home from school and, Speed Racer would be on or some of that stuff. So that's kind of what I did.
How about like the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, I didn't watch them too much for some reason.
Three's Company?
No, I watched...
Happy Days?
Cheers. Yeah, Happy Days, Cheers, that kind of stuff. That's what I watched when I was younger. But that's really about it. It was just a time filler between... I was always out in the garage. So if I went, it was I sat down to kind of sit and watch a little bit of TV just to eat some dinner and then get ready to go to work in the morning. So I didn't spend a lot of time there, but I definitely remember the shows.
All right. Now, can you think of one most embarrassing moment you've had on the track?
Probably the most embarrassed I ever was, and it wasn't a bad thing. It was just I'm a little shy. I was a little shy at that time to be in front of people. I actually took September 5th of '91. I asked my wife to marry me on the starting line of Great Lakes Dragway during the Memorial Day race. So I was kind of, the good thing is I had my car right there, so I was easily able to get back in the car. Nobody would see me. But, and she still says that the announcer is the one that actually took and asked her to marry him because I gave him I gave him a piece of paper telling him what I was going to say, and he read it out loud. And I said it to her, but yeah, it was definitely a day to remember at the track of racing.
All right, now, what would you consider to be the fondest memory of your drag racing career so far?
I would have to say, working with the guys that helped me crew, like Chuck and Tim and Robert and my brother Mike and my son Dominic, having them help me crew on the E85 team and winning some races. Those were really my fondest memories because it was kind of a group effort, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't me. It was definitely a team doing it. So I got the glory of being able to drive the car and be able to wave to everybody on the way back and get out and talk to the people and stuff like that. And I always tried to make sure that they came up there too, and they were talking to the people when we'd stop in front of the grandstand. So, but that's definitely been some of my most fond memories of it because I really believe that we were all there for the same reasons and having a great time, and it was just friends at that point.
All right. So now, how important do you think it is for the families to bring their kids out to watch drag racing these days?
Oh, definitely. They anytime anybody can get a young one to go to the track, by all means, bring them to the track. Go around, look at the cars. They'll find out that many of the drivers they'll take the time to talk to the kids, show them anything that they want. Kids can ask questions. They don't have to feel shy. If they want to sit in the car, I have no problem with that. I'm welcoming them to do that because they're definitely going to be the new ages of the new kids for racing and the future for racing. So we want to get them. I don't want to say hooked while you're young, but you definitely want to make it a good experience for them. And it's great to see a kid's face light up when he gets to sit in the car, or he gets to after you talk to him and give him information about the car and tell them things. They definitely like that interaction, and I think it really helps them.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get some of these kids, from being hooked on video games to get hooked on drag racing.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Definitely for sure. Because when they're walking around the drag strip, a lot of the kids, you can tell their face is not in their phone. If it is, they're getting ready to take a picture. And and if they come by, I'm all there to talk to them, and all for letting them come around and see what happens behind the scenes or out in the pits. So.
Yeah, it's always nice that you guys do that little stop on the return road and throw stuff out to the kids and all that.
Yeah, it definitely works out well. It works out even better. We made it to where we could get some things from the sponsors, or I shouldn't say sponsors, but we put on car shows for 13 years. The company I work for, and in that time frame, I worked on getting goodie bag stuff together, and so some of the people from the E85 group use the same practice to get a hold of some of the manufacturers and say, hey, we can hand out your stuff and give it away to the fans, and that way when we're there, they don't have to feel like they're still shy to come and walk up there, but you give them something and they have something to take back with them that they get to take home and say, hey, I got this when I was at the racetrack, and not even, and also the hero cards that we've all the guys have put together, we sign them and give them the cards. It has our car on it, and some of them collect them, some of them hang on to them. Some of them throw them in the garbage, but that's okay. They got them, and they were able to have fun that day. So.
Yeah, I remember when my dad used to take me to the track when I was a kid. I used to collect all the hero cards of Shirley Muldowney and Don Garlits and all of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's definitely. I think I still have some of that stuff put away. But yeah, it's definitely. You got it. You brought it home, and you felt more part of the scene, so to speak, when you were there. You got to take it home. It really felt good when you were a kid. So that's why I always try to make sure that any of the kids that come around, they feel like they're part of what's going on.
Well, I'm gonna make you sign me a hero card when I see you at the Grove next year.
Okay.
I still collect some of those cards.
Yeah, they're nice. Plus, it gives a little information about the cars. You never really know what they are.
Right.
It's for 2 years we ran Chuck Neeson 70 Nova on horsepower, and nobody had any idea it was just horsepower. They thought we were spraying nitrous. And they're like, "Oh my God, that car runs so good," and they thought it was just a little bit slow because we were trying to run 890 on horsepower without using nitrous. And we almost did it. We ran 890s, but we needed to be running 890 and 891, not 95 and 97. So we had to add a little bit of nitrous to it. And but like I said, the hero cards, it tells you what kind of engine it is, who the driver is, and who owns a car, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, I always like collecting those Chicago Wise Guys books every year from them.
Yeah.
You know how the Wise Guy books. You ever get one of those where they get all the Wise Guy drivers in the book and about the cars and all that?
Yeah, sure have. I think I got one that's a real old one that where they're all standing there with the, I don't know, I haven't seen any of the newer ones, but the one I had, they're all standing there with kind of like machine guns and their hats on and, you know, stuff like that. That was a long time ago. It was in the 90s, I think, when they did that.
Man, so you need to go to the Wise Guy pits and grab you a newer one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, every time I'm at the track, I'm driving a car, so I haven't had the time to walk around. So,
well, if I grab an extra one, I'll go bring it to you by your pit area.
It sounds good.
So, well, Rob, I want to thank you very much for taking time to do this interview.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Now, you want to give any final words or any shout-outs or thank yous to anybody out there that might be listening?
The only shout-out I have is to my beautiful wife. I don't know how she puts up with me, but me and my hobbies, and you know, and my son and other friends and daughter for supporting me and all this. So yeah, that's about the shout out I have for it. I love them all, and I greatly appreciate them all in my life. So
you want to give a shout out to the Pro E85 guys?
Absolutely, E85 guys. They welcomed me, and they're all a great group. I'll tell you, they'll do anything for each other, you know, and anytime you need something or, you know, anytime they need help, I'm there to lend a hand as much as I can, or if I need something there, you know, they're like, oh yeah, I got one in my trailer. By all means, go take it. So yeah, all the 85 guys, we should have a great new year coming up. Can't wait to see them all.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you again, Rob.
Sounds good, Dave. Thanks.
And you have a great night and have a Merry Christmas and all that.
Yep. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you.
And wife and I will see you at the track next year.
Yep, definitely. I'll come by the pits and look at some.
Oh, I actually hung up. Hold on. Let me call him back real quick. Yeah, I accidentally hung up on you. So, what are you saying now about the pits?
I said definitely you'll be able to see the teal Camaro in the pits, so you come on by, and hang out a little bit, and I'm sure we'll be cooking out and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely come by.
Sounds good. Well, thanks again, Rob.
Good. All right, thanks, Dave.
You have a great night.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.